I have the man, the myth, the legend, Steven Stambolia, who is one of the phenomenal attorneys here at GOA. First off, before we jump into this, if you're not a member, links in the description of every single video I do. I don't know why you're not a member, because my friend just discovered there's a trap in this pistol brace rule, and he literally just went up to the ATF to verify it. And just like Admiral Akbar said, it is a trap. For those who don't know anything about NFA, please discuss what the 88 marker, 88-day marker is, and how this will absolutely entrap people and criminalize people.
So there's so many different oddities with this rule, right? Number one, they issued it just a couple days before SHOT. I actually don't even know if it's been published in the Federal Register yet.
As of yesterday, it wasn't. I can't even get online
to
check.
I know, me neither. So yeah, welcome to SHOT. That's just how it works. So yeah, after talking with a couple people and after finally having a chance on Monday on my long plane ride over here, I read all 300 whatever pages of the garbage rule that they produce, and I started thinking, they flipped the way that Form 1s usually work, right? So as we all know, we want to Form 1 something, like we might start with a rifle. We're like, I want to make a short barrel rifle. So you fill out all your paperwork, right? You do your fingerprints or photographs, you pay your $200 tax, and you send it into the ATF. You don't have a short barrel rifle, right? You just have a regular rifle. So in 6 months to a year, 13 months, whatever it is, they issue you your stamp, say, hey, you're a good guy, you can make this into a short barrel rifle, and then you're like, yay, you buy your 7-inch upper, 8-inch upper, whatever it is, you put it on there.
Right, and you build it at that point.
Yeah, and you build it at that point, exactly, after you get the stamp. So what this rule does is it kind of flips the process around because, whoa, I've got a short barrel rifle in front of me that you've now said is a short barrel rifle, right?
Right. So we're incriminating ourselves.
Okay, so there's the first problem. Right. So now you're going to go to the ATF and you're going to say, I believe based on your rule, this is a short barrel rifle. Here are my photographs, here are my fingerprints, here's my address, here's a picture of this device, right? And you say that in your enforcement discretion, that's a flag, that you're not going to prosecute me while I have this pending form into the ATF.
Right.
But I'm already in possession of this thing that now is an SBR.
And I just took photographic evidence.
And sent it to you, the government.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. I'm just making sure. I hope your people are following this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what happens if the ATF denies your stamp? A lot of people don't know that the ATF now does the background check. The FBI used to do the background check, and the FBI and the ATF had a little spat, a little lovers' quarrel, where the FBI told the ATF that they're not going to do the background checks for the ATF anymore, and the ATF, you have to do the background checks yourself. So the ATF now does the background checks with the FBI. If that background check remains open for 88 days or longer, it's an automatic denial.
Correct.
Right. So now what happens when you get that back from the ATF saying that you've been disapproved? You've still got your SBR.
Right. Well, let's get into that. Let's dive into that number because 88 is huge. There are an estimated 40 million of these items in the public, right? And they've given us, by the graciousness of their ATF heart, 120 days to comply.
Yeah.
Now, with their current level, Form 1s are taking 6 to 8 months on a good day.
Yep.
Now add maybe 40 million transactions on top of that. They're not going to get any of these done in 88 days. Not a single one. They might get a couple hundred of y'all done in a couple weeks, maybe if they rush it. But a vast majority of everybody who falls for this trap and fills out all the information basically says, hey, look, I'm breaking the law. Here's my NFA item. Here's my picture. Here's my prints.
And my address.
And my address. And the picture of my dog.
Yeah, maybe I have a dog.
88 days automatically denied because it's been open that long. And now, what did they tell you today?
Oh, so I had a little discussion with Salma here, and I said, this is a problem.
He went to the ATF.
Yeah, but before I went to the ATF, I was talking to another guy, and I said, this is what the ATF's going to do. They're going to use this open background because they can't do it in time, and they're going to disapprove you. And then what's going to happen? They have all this nice, shiny information on a list.
Right.
And we know how much people in government love their lists.
Oh, yeah, especially the ATF.
So, right. So what are they going to do? And he was thinking, well, they're not going to do anything. And I said, wow, that's not right because, it's the ATF. And sure, they're going to do something with their nice little new shiny list that you gave to them.
Right.
And I said, let's go talk to him. He's like, I don't want to go talk to him. So anyways, I went and go talk to him. And so I asked this guy who came to talk to me, because I guess he didn't see my GOA shirt because it had a jacket on.
It's reading.
Right. And so I was like, if I have this guy and I'm a lawyer and I need to be able to advise my clients, what happens if it's denied? And he goes, well, as long as they have their paperwork saying they registered it, we're going to deem them to be in compliance with the rule. I said, I don't think you're understanding my question. Is there someone that knows more about this than you do?
Right. There's not really, but
at
yeah.
the ATF. So he brought a lady to talk to me, and I said, okay, I'm a lawyer. I've got a client. He wants to register his new SBR. Let's pretend that in 88 days, I said, you know that in 88 days on an open background, it's an automatic denial.
Right.
Yes, I know that. I said, great. What happens when it's automatically denied? She goes, we'll take an enforcement action at that time.
Say that again.
We'll take an enforcement action at that time.
So the ATF, who has tried to force everybody to take this 120-day window, stuff all this into a 5-pound bag, they're going to take enforcement action, and you gave them all the information to do it. You've incriminated yourself. It's an absolute trap.
Yeah.
That is why these groups that I talk about every single day, Gun Owners of America, is on the front line fighting this tyrannical bullshit. That's what it is. The ATF hates me, and I hate the ATF, and I'm glad to work with groups who are willing to put themselves on the line to stop them. What should we have people do? Now, they're all fired up right now. They're all pissed off. They're ready to get their free SBR.
Look,
what should we tell them to do?
So, there's one other little piece that I haven't said yet. So as she was telling me this about the enforcement action, I said, that is not in the rule. That is not in the final rule. And I said, I thought about it as I'm sitting here after reading the final rule, nothing in the NPRM about enforcement actions and all this enforcement discretion.
Right.
Well, why would you need discretion unless you've committed a crime and you don't want them to prosecute you? I wouldn't say I'm using my enforcement discretion to not prosecute you for not doing anything. You've committed the felony. 10 years in prison, $250,000 fine.
Right.
Okay. So I said, are you going to advise these people in your disapproval letters